So in this situation, no need to queue, just drop, right? You use the queue a lot in like panic type of situations. I saw you use it like earlier to get over just like a rock, right? But you just need to go from cover to cover and save that queue for a better situation for its use, right? So when you go down here, right, you're like, okay, let me like reposition myself, right? And so you do pop a battery, right? Your teammates are covering you on your left. Now let's say you had saved that queue, right? Once you get this battery popped off, you can go up there now with that queue and you can see if height's free or not, if see it's one person's on there or whatever, and you can take it back if there's one person up there. You can go back down if there's more than one person there, right? You have options then, right? And if there's two people up there, and that means that all three of them aren't up there, right? That means that one person's probably paying the middle of the building or the low ground, right? So you might have an option to go for that target now. He needs to get up in there with that prowler. Right? Says I literally said it. So you literally said it at the same time, right? That would be my advice. So you got to play the head glitch here. All right. You see that the guy's there. If you want to shoot him with the rampage, go ahead. Right? As your team's here, right, you can still cover them from that head glitch and be in a really good position, right? That, or you could choose to essentially push up. Whatever you want to choose to do. Of course, you have to be mindful of the roof, though, right? So, footsteps to your left, right? Run into this guy. Take out your rampage, right? Little left to right strafing, right? Now, once I would have noticed this guy was in my face, I wouldn't have even bothered with the rampage. I literally would have just taken out my prowler. Once I heard the footsteps, I would have just taken out the prowler, right? Because prowler, right, in terms of how that gun works, right? It's a submachine gun, 0.9 ADS, right? You're trying to strafe in that fight with an LMG, right? Sure, you're not aiming down sights, right? But you could get more accuracy when you're aiming down sights versus hip firing, right? So why not do it with a weapon that literally is maybe like 3 burst at best and make sure that you can move extremely fast and is made for a short range engagement.
Yep.
Right? And so that is what's important towards that. Now I applaud you for committing to like the fight, right? Committing to try to like kill this guy. And it does come down in part to like aim, right? More damage you can do, but he has an Eva. He just doesn't care, right? He literally has a shotgun and he's just gonna mow you down, right? So understanding what weapon your opponent has as well in the middle of the fight and positioning based off of that information can also be useful, right? So let's say like you use the wall here now, right? Let's say you know he's coming that way and he wants to swing on the wall or whatever, right? You could damage him, right? He's up front, he swings on the wall, you can do whatever with that, right? You have options. But the whole point being is that's a fight, that's a 1v1 and you have to win. And I feel that if you used the Prowler in that situation, you would have had more accuracy. You would have been able to take that short range engagement. And let's say like you missed some of the Prowler shots, then you take out the Rampage, do a little crouch spam, do a little bit of strafing, right? Hit those shots, and hopefully you win that engagement, right? But he has a shotgun. The best thing you're going to be able to beat that with is what? The Prowler, right?
Okay.
And so again, you don't know that he has a shotgun coming around the corner or anything like that, but he's so close, the Rampage just isn't the right move. So hopefully that makes sense in that
Yeah,
regard.
I mean, you could guess that actually. Like, if he is like coming close to us, then he definitely has some kind of close range weapon.
Yeah, you would hope, right? And sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes they come at you like you just came at them, right? And you just mow them down, right? And you don't even notice it. You don't even think twice about it. But that's why it happens. So
Okay.
playing it with your audio as well. I want you to really pay attention, right? Your spatial awareness, right? You got to really zone into that, okay? Pay real attention to your sound and never think that you're paranoid. If you think that you're paranoid, you're not, all right? You want to be like an owl. You can be like, whoo, whoo, like where? You know what I mean? That's how you want to think about it. Like paranoid all the
Okay.
time, audio, okay?
Okay.
If you're not sure, if something's like there and you're like, hey, like I think something's there, but I think I'm being paranoid, be paranoid, okay? All right, we go next. Ready?
Yep. Let's go.
Okay. So hopefully that will be a little helpful towards those fights. Let me tell them about try to aim for some early KP as well. They're not necessarily like a crazy 50-50, but like let's say for example, like a good example would be like, not saying go there, but I'm just saying good example would be like, let's say you go to the mill, right? There's a building on each side, right? There's buildings in the back, right? You have your own loot, they have your own loot. You're able to get that early fight going, because that's what's going to be really good for you.
So where we landed, I thought we would just loot real fast and then go third party in the middle, right? But my team just kept like looting the other houses, and then I got kind of like confused on what to do after that
So
because
what
I thought,
you want to do, right? Let's say they're looting and you're looting in that particular situation, which I did recognize as well. What my advice would to you would be is lead the group. Be like, this guy's over here, they gotta die, let's go. Right? Get your shit,
Mhm.
let's go. Right? Because like in an actual lobby, like that's all we do, right? Like grab, go fight, right? That's it.
yeah,
Right?
obviously, yeah.
Go get him.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
If I don't get early fights, I'm like a worse player than him. I'm gonna be a worse player. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
that's
If I fight early on, I feel like I'm like warmed up for the game as well.
you gain
Like I'm ready
confidence,
to kill
right? And
people. Yeah,
that's actually not an unusual thing, right? Like if you
yeah,
pop off
yeah,
in a
yeah,
pub at first or you pop off in a tournament at first, you get confidence that you could kill and fight just about anybody, right? So get
yeah,
into that groove. Get that early KP. Don't be afraid to command your team to go and fight.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. Let's see here. After hitting Masters Majority and Lord, we found out Masters Plus, the game kicks us out of Sydney servers to Ripperoni. Oh, Sydney servers. What is Australia doing, man? Region lock coming real soon, apparently. The fights are okay. The difference is how unfair close quarters feel. I've beamed too many people up close. Well, yeah, you got 0.6 aim assist. Of course you're gonna beam them up close. It's like literally a free KP for you. Heartstock Diamond 4 indeed a thing I've heard. Definitely something I've heard. Been there, done that, right? It's a knowledge thing, I believe. If I don't have the knowledge, you won't really gain more points. It is a knowledge thing, right? But you have to win the fights too, right? That's a really important part that I'm seeing in this situation that's not going as well as it should. I have the knowledge to get through the games, but in some situations, but it's just keeping it up, right? Keeping it consistent. Look at the formula. Early KP. Look for fights in the middle of the game, but if they're disadvantageous, if they're not isolated or 3v, like, good 3v3s or good third parties, don't take them. Go for the end game positioning. Get that beacon, right? Simple. Key to ranked. That's all it is right there. So yeah, consistency is a
Yeah,
lot of
in this
people's
map, you
problems.
always want a long range weapon.
On your character specifically, yes, the map does tell you kind of to do that, but your character specifically calls for a long-range weapon. You're up in the air, you're going to be beaming somebody from down below, right? Who knows
Mm-hmm.
what distance they're going to be at, right?
Yeah, if I find the R33 that would be really good.
Yeah, I would say that's okay. R301, flatline, anything like that works. Jeez, I have to, I think I gotta get tested or something like that. I was told yesterday to do so, but I'm technically vaccinated, so it's like, well, what use would that fully bring, I guess? I mean, I guess it would bring some use to know, but, kinda sucks. I felt terrible these last 2 weeks. He's got a flatline, some arc stars. Oh man, I would have kept that. That would work for now. He's got a couple of arc stars. I get my teams to the end game, but they always split off from me, and leave me to get beamed. The hardest thing to find is don't line a team to line in. Is when I don't keep the team in line. You gotta keep the team in line. You just have to IGL. Like you have to yell at them. Like do what I do to Karu, right? Yell at his ass. Don't let him run away for free. Push things that he doesn't need to. And that's why like playing, you know, things like Wraith and stuff like that are very good for like solo queue, because that portal, right? They want to fuck up, you can bring them right back, right? You want to look for an opportunity without giving up your spot, there you go, right? Options. But don't let your teammates run off. You have to be able to take charge, right? Don't let somebody just run off on you. They run off on you, then let them die, right? Don't sacrifice anything for them if it's not the good spot to be in. You know what I mean? But if they're not communicating and they're not making sense of what they're doing, then play you, right?
Eye sharp, the ring's near. And less than 30.
Again, missing out on that early KP. I'm gonna go strike 3.
We're close to the ring. 10 seconds.
Tunnel vision. I get tunnel vision people. Like they get a crack and they're like, go in. I tell them no, they mad at me for saying taking a fight is a bad idea. I tell them position's important, but they always go have a crack go. Well, explain to them why it's an important position. Sometimes you need to literally do adult learning. Like you need to be able to explain to somebody, definitely barometer. You need to be able to like explain like this is why this is an important spot, right? If you get the early KP, they can't whine either. That's also why early KP is important in solo queue. Because like, they can't whine later about like, oh, like why are we sitting here? I need to kill people, right? No, you have the KP. Sit down, shut up. People are gonna come to us. We gotta fight the right way. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the game. You want to lose the game, or you want to win and do this, right? Explain it.
Eyes to the skies. A care package.
Good. So he even gave, so this right there. He gave some reasoning. It's already looted. Just go. You know what I mean? Something I wouldn't be afraid to do is use your mic and actually game too. That's always going to get your point across much better. And you can always communicate damage too, which is probably important.
People in front.
But I mean probably important, I mean literally like probably the most crucial thing ever.
Oh, this guy's so looting. Oh, what? I'm coming. Can you ping where?
They're on him directly. He needs to help him. Throw that arc star, throw that arc star, throw that arc star. If you're gonna do it, add it in. Oh no. You need to get up there and help him. Keep going, get closer.
Reloading. Here's a pick me up, pals. All those who
Good, good, you need to reset, relax.
shields recharging.
Okay, full reset, it's okay.
On your feet, darling. Plenty of fight left in you.
Yeah, that was good.
But you see how important it was for you to close that gap when he was in danger? When your teammates are in danger, you need to be on them. You need to be able to collapse onto them like immediately, right? That's why being close together is sort of important. You don't want to be on top of each other. You want different angles, but you need to be able to collapse on each other if something goes wrong like that, okay? So, really good job. And so that tends to be a thing too, where folks don't think about their teammates like that just need help and like close the gap. They're just like, you know, staying at long range, right? It was important that he got up close and he ended that fight as quickly as he could, because otherwise the team was just too close to his teammates and they were outnumbered in that situation. He's just too far, right?
I'm light on light ammo, dears.
Maybe.
They're shooting at me. Shields recharging.
my god, dude.
Needs to play it calm.
Star. Shields recharging.
Costa needs to res that Bloodhound. Aim issue there. Sometimes he's so focused on strafing that it's taking off his aim. That's a bad thing.
My vision is clear. Recharging my shields. Recharging shields.
Replicator being delivered.
Healing my deploying variable. The variable for the lab rat. Taking fire.
Now they're resing and they're fighting what seems to be a different team, or literally that guy just went off and pushed them, which would be absolutely funny if that's what happened.
They don't die, man.
Pause. Enemy here.
So yeah, I gotta focus on Mechanic then, because he's literally moving so much that he's missing bullets he needs to hit.
What they doing, man?
Oh, they're fucking these dudes up.
Oh.
Got Omega here, popping off on the Hound. He is out in the open right now, though. I mean, man here just needs to hit some shots. There we go. There you go.
Okay.
Good,
Good
good.
job, good job.
Little piece of advice, okay? You're crouching a little bit and you're moving a lot when you're trying to like get into a gunfight. When you're like ADS and stuff like that, you just need to commit to the fight and focus on aiming. You're moving around too much and you're missing too many shots. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Play your
Yeah, I
cover,
don't know,
shoot it that way.
These like Diamonds players don't seem that good at the game.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Usually.
they like you're moving and it's hard for them to sort of hit you a little bit, but you're making it hard for you to hit them too. And you don't
Yeah,
want
I know, yeah. The other guy was pushing alone in the zone, the Bloodhound and the Caustic, and he fucked his whole team up.
Yeah, that was dumb. I don't know why they even pushed up like that. They're kind of brain dead for that. Yeah, that team was absolutely brain dead. They literally just
I have
pushed them.
Wait,
No reason.
I have 1 KP, right?
I believe so, yeah. I believe you have 1 KP. 1 or 2. Caustic has 4. He's cracked over here.
Yeah, I feel like I'm giving them like too much credit. You know what I mean? I should be a little more confident when I played it.
Yeah, I mean, like you're moving around again. You're just moving around so much. That's just I think you commit and just win the fight. If you wanna make sure your aim is good, you know, shoot, right?
Those care packages likely shift the delta in our favor.
I can drop a battery.
Weapon. Okay, that works. You have no idea how many times I camped under this bridge when I was climbing. Like, it's so broken.
You rat your way up here? Like
I mean, not every game. Some games, yeah. If the zone was there, yeah, I would just rat there and stay, and then when they stop fighting, I just fight them. That's what I used to do when the zone was there.
I see. Sometimes it's the way, but I would say like maybe like 20% of the time it's the way. The other 80% winning the fights.
Jesus, man.
But spiders are top strafing, man.
Everything I see.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 4. Taking a moment
Shield
to recharge
battery
my
here.
shields. Targets over there.
Replicator
that's not good. I
When
can't do
ratting, I
anything.
prefer to take on the form of a honey badger
I have
instead
no
of a rat.
weapons.
That's right,
You
the
can
honey
fight
badger.
this.
Yeah, I remember that. If he runs into that situation, I'm definitely making that reference. 100%. Showing him the video and everything.
Need an energy ammo.
Yeah, you need bullets. Oh god. He needs bullets. Solo creature, hunting for opportunities, being vicious towards anyone who challenges my space.
Me and
Absolutely.
you are going there.
Sounding like a lawnmower while you're at it. You know? Honey badger style. Honey badger don't play no games, you know? Very rarely will I be resting under a tree.
There you go.
Oh, the prowler. It doesn't have a lot of ammo and much though. My recommendation? I'd play with your team for right now, but you're good. Rock with what you got. I would have probably picked up that prowler like earlier, but play it, right? Sometimes your team, like sometimes there's loot that you want, but your team's more important to be next to. Like right now, I think they just found people, right? It's an emoji. Let's go. A honey badger emoji. I think if I get emotes created, we're definitely doing that. 100%.
I'm coming, I'm on the way.
Calling upon nature's strength. Recharging. Scanning the area. Shots fired at me. Taking fire. I've wounded them. Got them. Administering medical aid. Recharging my shields. All Father, give me sight. We have the benefits.
Okay. So probably gonna end on that bridge, hopefully. Maybe they're in a good spot. It doesn't have a lot of KP though. Remember here, for these next engagements, focus those shots. I can't believe the honey badger has an emote. That's fucking amazing. Oh, it's just like a normal badger. That's great. I need that.
Enemy over there.
I don't even have it. Let me see. Do I have it? I
Can't
probably
see
have it.
shit, dude.
Target spotted. Introducing a new variable.
Yeah, I don't even have it.
Leaving a gas trap behind.
Let's go! He has like the best position in the game.
I'm still negative? What?
How serendipitous.
Yeah, you need more KP there, bud. But overall, you're in a really good spot, right? What you needed.
Yeah.
What did I say the last time you were in a good spot? What was the error that we made?
We gotta look around and see if. Yeah, we just gotta look around and see if any teams are coming.
Right, divide and conquer, right? Hold different angles. Don't just hold the same stuff together, right? People can walk up from anywhere. They can walk up from the ocean. They can walk up to the bridge, right? Where are they gonna walk up from, and what are you gonna do about it? That's always the question.
Being shot at.
Yeah.
Recharging my shields.
Just fed fishes. I missed something? He's in a really good spot right now.
Oh!
Numpty in the orbit.
Grenade. Marking our
Oh, what? Okay.
Shields recharging.
So likely 5 squads left, right? Someone's probably gonna try to play that fence on the right side on your low ground, and then people are probably gonna try to play your rocks, right?
Okay, this guy's looking for side.
He doesn't have a lot of ammo, so I won't necessarily encourage him to poke. I will a little bit. You could poke a little bit, maybe try to upgrade your armor, but don't go like full-fledged crazy on it.
contact with enemy.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
What is this guy doing? Oh, it's a Mirage Lamau.
Another squad's popping their heads in.
Firing.
Shields
You don't have a lot of meds here. We gotta be a little. Oh no, you have plenty of meds. I lied. Don't be
Yeah,
reserved.
I
Shoot
have
people.
4, I think.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields. Shields are recharging.
Enemy that's a let's
Overexposed. Overexposed. Yep. There you go.
shield.
Shoot through the fence. There you go. You can queue up to avoid that. Oh no.
Oh, I thought I had more time.
It's all good. It's all good. Play the fence.
I still see everything. Target spotted. My vision is clear.
Spotted.
He has his horizon ult.
Shooting at me.
See if he uses it. He needs to stop taking damage.
Squad is firing at us.
Recharge.
He needs to deal with the squad on his side still. He needs to keep them at bay. I don't think they'll push though. They shouldn't. Pay a little attention to his team though if they're really having a tough time.
Rejuvenating.
Sort of a back and forth, right? Split focus.
Vision is clear. Taking fire. Kill myself.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Shield recharge.
Beware. I've added a variable. One moment.
All right, listen to me. The team on your avoid that. Yeah. The team on your team's right. They're gonna have to walk up in the middle, out in the open. You want to focus them.
I mean, when the zone
And-
closes.
Right. You have your ult as well. The issue is you're gonna have to make a choice, right? I would say if they're gonna push you, you gotta fight them.
Getting shot at. Real.
You probably need that loot, so I'd just go finish that. Help them a little bit. You can worry about the zone in a second. You have your ult. Alright, full heal. Full heal. Right? Go to the wall. You might have to throw your ult at the team on the rocks, but know that there's 5 squads left. You might. See if the fence is in first. If the fence isn't in, then you might have to. Because it'd be your only way of walking up. You can also encourage your caustic to throw his gas on your ult.
I'm gonna ult them.
Wait first.
You
See
wait
the-
for the
is
zone
it-
and we go.
Look for a rock, something you could play in front of you. The rock in front of you. Yeah, play that. Team's gonna be on your right. Focus the team on your right.
Recharging my shields.
Charge that rampage. Now's that time. Good, you forced their bubble. Play your life.
I'm trying.
Yep. You're doing a good job. Really good job.
Time for a kick. Ain't it?
They're rezzing in front of you. Oh no.
Yeah, I know. I tried to fucking armor swap.
Good job. It was a good try. So let me explain to you why I told you to do everything I needed you to do. And you did a pretty good job of executing it. It kind of comes down to the team composition isn't great. So here's the thing. The teams on your right, okay? I think the only thing, I think I could change one thing that I could probably give you to think about. But in terms of why I told you to do what I told you to do. The team in the back is going to be stuck in the back no matter what, right? Because they have the zone by the rocks, right? So you have your ult, which is going to be very good to deal with them later. The squads on your right, you don't want them to push you where the fence is by the cannon because they're just going to like try to wipe you, right? Because they want that spot. So they're basically, they sent a guy up to you. You guys killed that guy. They played down there, right? And when they had played down there, they essentially are going to have to now push you against this rock. However, the rock is covering you from your back, and that was sort of the intention of that. Where I think maybe we could have made a different decision. And again, this is like hard because you're always playing in the moment, right? The only different decision I could foresee, which would have came better, is fighting where it was on the right. So where the fences were on the right, where the cannon was, right? Not like the ones where they were on the rocks, but the one like on the low ground, where like the other team was. If we fight them and then we move towards the rock, we can kind of clear the backside while doing it. It's sort of a challenge because you don't have a Gibby in this scenario, If you have a Gibby, it's much easier to play the scenario like I would have wanted you to. But overall, for what you could do, it was good in the moment. I'm gonna play it back
Yeah.
to you, and I'm gonna explain it a little further. But really good job. Okay. You can come to my stream for now. I'm gonna grab my pen. We're gonna do this.
I feel like if I start playing again, I can definitely come.
Oh, absolutely.
But that depends on how bad my planning will be.
Oh,
Like if
absolutely.
it's
Like
really like
it comes down to timing, but I will say people that I've seen have had very little time are able to do what you want to do. It's just all about maximizing and optimizing, right? So, and that really comes down to a few different things. But let's see here. Listen to me. The team on your so avoid that. Yep. The team on your team's right. They're gonna have to walk. So the team on your team's right. You're gonna go there in a second. I'm gonna explain to you what I think could have been done to probably solve this particular situation that you're in. But again, challenging no matter what you're doing. Up in the middle, out in the open. You want to focus them.
Mhm. I mean when the zone
And
closes.
right. You have your ult as well. The issue is you're gonna have to make a choice, right? I would say finish that. Help. There's 5 squads left. The rock. So essentially, when you're on the opposite
There's
side, I'm just gonna look for this point here. You might see if the fence is in. So what's happening is we have a team back here, we have a team back here, and we have a team in the back over there where like the
Yep.
fences were, right?
Yep.
So the best way to solve this, like again, like I can't control your body, so there's certain things that I wouldn't take as much damage, or there's certain things I wouldn't necessarily do. But what I would say is how you probably want to clear this. But here's the problem with it: going around this side, right, where these teams are, clearing that fully and then trying to walk up is probably your best bet, and you could probably use the bridge to do, but you have to do it extremely early, right? Because in order to like achieve that, you can see the ring is closing, right? The ring's gonna close in the back there in a second, right? Over here. So it's gonna like be this instead of what it is now, right? So the thing of the matter is, if we force the team over here and we wipe it, and then we try to make our way further up, we're gonna see teams, right? Let's say we play the bridge there, right? We're gonna see the teams over here, right? That we knew were in the back of that rock. We're gonna be able to wipe them and do like basically what is like a full circle around and kill those teams, and then we're gonna fight the team in the back of the rocks last. So
Yeah.
I'll sort of
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah. So that's like the best thing you could do. But given that the zone was closing the way that it was, I think that's why I encouraged myself to make the call that I
It's
did for you. That's the only issue. So this
Yep.
is like the macro part of it, right? Focusing on team. Because there's 15 people as a whole on this map right now playing, right? Because there's 5 squads, 3 on each. So that's pretty much
Yeah.
how I would think about it. The rock is more or less a temporary solution to fight in your back and then cover your front. That was pretty much that. Because I don't see all these other teams. That's the other part about, I'd probably say, like, scouting, right? Figuring out where people are.
Yeah.
You have that lift, right? You want to know where people are, and you want to know how to play a situation. There's no harm in going up and looking, right? They might shoot you, of course, but I mean, at least then you have the information. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's pretty much what I would recommend in this particular scenario. How we would solve this particular problem. But if we rotated earlier and we dealt with this, I would maybe have been able to make a better call for you. But good job playing your
Okay.
life. Good job listening. Good job trying to commit to those fights, commit to that damage. You did take a lot of damage on that fence, though. A lot of damage that was unnecessary. You over peak a moment there
Yeah.
too. But overall, like the alt came out, right? You threw your nades on it. Really good response there. You disengaged. Honestly, you're ready for this. You just need to work on some of these smaller things, and they'll add up.
I just honestly like I think personally I just have to be consistent, and if I play consistently I can definitely reach like at least high diamonds.
So you could play consistent, then you could reach high diamond. What I want you to focus on is kind of these key things, okay? First thing is like really focus on the fight, right? If you're gonna fight somebody, right, you need to like full commit to it. None of this like Strafing this way, crouching. Oh no, don't do that.
Yeah. I
Right,
know.
right. Okay, commit to the fight. So that's my number one. All right, fight.
Okay.
Okay, if you're gonna fight, fight. Then the other thing I'm gonna say is predict what other teams do.
Yep.
Right. So if you're able to predict what other teams do and you scout, right? Scout, right? Being able to look around, seeing where these other teams are. If you're able to scout and predict what these other teams are maybe going to do given the ring, okay, the ring is going to pull this way. There's a team here. They're probably going to try to walk up this way using this cover, right? How can I stop them from potentially doing that? Do I need to be at that cover first, right? You're thinking of the basics, the fundamentals, right? Remember we talked about head glitching and, like vertical cover, right? Box
Yep.
cover. Apply that to a more grander scheme of how teams are going to play that, predict what they're going to do, and then use that information against them.
Mhm.
Then the last part is you want to get that early KP, okay? Early
Mhm.
KP is absolutely crucial because, as I said to you before, the formula, right? Early KP equals rotation that you can get, right? And then that rotation is going to lead you towards the end game, right?
Oh.
But the whole point of going from one step to the next is
Mhm.
during the rotation, you're still looking for fights, okay? You're looking for 3v3s that are isolated,